Part 3 to what if Deku had King's power. Pretty self-explanatory if you know who King is in the picture. But yeah, I left out after the battles, or the versus battle. Now they're going to the OSJ. But before that, they're in the hospital or not the hospital, in the lunchroom, or the cafeteria, eating, or the cafe. But eating and talking, and this one they hear an alarm go off. And everybody's freaking out, saying that the villains are attacking and all that. And they're trying to run out. That's whenever Deku sees that it's just the media. Then he activates Guardian and blocks out the entrance and pushes them and hugs them. And once they're hugged and dragged up above, he tells them all that it's just the media and you need to calm down because you're being too loud and all that. That's whenever people are like, those are from Class 1A and all that. And the big monster turns into the big bear turns into a pillow and he starts floating on it. But yeah. Now they're on the bus. Deku's too lazy, so they don't elect him as, president, but they do elect him as representative. So, yeah. So, this is whenever they're on the bus, everybody's playing the quirks. Deku goes over every step of his quirk and all that. And about his true forms, amping up his power, and all that. And that's whenever we get into the USJ. They're there. 13's giving her speech about how their quirks can be dangerous and stuff like that. That's whenever villains start popping out. And Ida asks Aizawa, wasn't this supposed to be a rescue test, not a villain's test? Aizawa says, this is not a test, this is real villains, students, stay back. He jumps down, cancels people's quirk, but Deku can literally activates his Chastity Full and says fifth figuration increase, shooting it around and all that, and pretty much taking out villains and all that just by piercing them and knocking them out with them. That's whenever a whole bunch of them about to jump all the students. That's whenever he says fight fire with fire, shooting a huge hail of attacks towards them, making it look like there's bombs going off everywhere. That's when you hear him say first configuration, Chastity Full, Bumblebee, and the spear starts moving around with him pointing his finger everywhere. Kind of how you see in this picture where you can see one right here, and there's another one in the back where it kind of looks like that to everybody. It's just swirling around, hitting people in the head and all that. That's whenever Kurogiri tries to teleport everybody with Deku dodging with his speed and saying Chastity Full, second configuration, Guardian, making Guardian and trying to punch him. It punches Kurogiri's little body part. That's when he says fourth configuration, I think. I might be wrong about this one. Fossilization, shooting a two-pointed spear at them with him getting struck, but him teleporting away and all that, with, I'll say, not completely hardening his body. And he tells Kurogiri about that ability and all that. This one he summons the Nomu. The Nomu does an attack with Deku saying second configuration Guardian. fighting it and all that. And he says, fifth increase and all that. What was seventh? Wait, I think seventh was sunflower. Yeah, I'll just say seventh is sunflower, but third, I think, was the guard. No, third is a looming, but he says third affiguration, a lessons, I can't say it right, a looming, something like that, causing a bright light to stun him, and this is whenever he says fifth affiguration increase. That's whenever he says, he swings them at him, saying fight fire with fire. And that's whenever he switches to Hail's Bringing, which is after all of them hit the ground. They would go back up, bringing the ground with them, creating explosions with the rocks that they brought up. And that would cause major damage. You'll say Crossfire, pretty much using increase, or the fist form increase, to slice them apart with all these moves. And he just keeps on spamming them because he keeps on regenerating. That's whenever the Nomu comes back, and that's whenever he says fourth configuration fossilization. Go stabbing him in the arms, trying to bring him down. But whenever this happens, he breaks his arm off and all that. But he can't really touch Deku because he just smacks him away, Deku does. That's whatever I'll say. Deku says increase and does a cut across his chest. And he says status promotion. And he keeps on saying status promotion, making this cut get bigger, bigger, and bigger. And then that's when Tomura comes over and tries to touch him with Deku, of course dodging it, then kicking him in the face, sending him back. And then this is where he says, okay, and then seventh configuration sunflower, with everybody in the whole USJ seeing a sunflower get brought from the ground and shooting a bright light that destroys the Nomu to its very core. With the last bit of it before it gets destroyed, Deku uses fourth configuration, which we've seen that he's able to do like two configurations of at a time, but it kind of transforms into the one slowly in it like a twisting form, as we've seen in Guardian's form, into fossilization. Fossilizing the last remaining parts of it, most likely most of the brain. And everybody knows how strong Deku can be and all that. And they know that he can probably get stronger by using his true form and all that. But yeah. So they go on and they get the 2 weeks off. They come back with them getting told about the USJ. Not the USJ, but the sports festival. And yeah, I'll just skip to the sports festival. Now it's the race. With Todoroki giving Deku the speech in the locker room and all that. Sorry about that. And Deku says you're okay to try and stuff. So this is whenever everybody sees Deku just floating on a pillow and stuff like that. With people still not knowing his quirk, they assume it's some kind of flying but he has wings, but he's not flapping, so they're also thinking that he can probably go way faster with those wings and stuff. But yeah. So when they say go, it seems like Deku just disappears, like a teleportation, with people on the screen seeing them zoom up onto Deku and pretty much try to keep up with him and all that, with Mike, Professor Mike, saying, "Wow, that kid's fast! What's his quirk, Zawa?" Zawa explains it, and he's like, "Wow, so his quirk's not even flying. It's called Disaster. You watchers of this sports festival, you hear that? It's so destructive that it gave him the name Disaster." And yeah, so he's already passed all the robots with him using Chastity, or he would use Guardian and punch through them, and he'll turn it back into the pillow. That's when you get to a rope thing, he just flies over it. And yeah, he just flies over everything in first, Todoroki second, Bako. Oh no, not Todoroki second, but Hiroshima second. And Bakugo fourth and Todoroki third. But yeah. So now the next one, it's the Cavalry battle with Deku, Kurashima, Uraraka, and the girl that floats up. Or I'll say Dark Shadow too. So Kurashima and Deku still trained a little bit, with us saying that they can actually throw wind pressures, is how strong their punches can be. But Deku doesn't put that much effort in it, so I'll just say Deku doesn't have as much stamina to go out with a full brawl with him. So he kind of just uses his quirk. I'll just say if they just went on punching brawl with no quirks, Deku would, Kurashima would win because he has more stamina. But if we go by using quirks, Deku would win because all you have to do is use fossilization and barely cut his skin. It'll start fossilizing him. Or just use Bumblebee and keep on hitting him or increase. And all that. But yeah. Deku kind of just floats them. And what he did is that I'll say he cut every student against him in the chest. And every time they come close to him, he says status promotion, which people know what this move is from 1A, and they tell the partners if they're 1B, saying that these cuts on her chest is for strategy, saying that that ability lets him increase the amount of damage onto you. I'll say 3 times, because it was way in the show. The cut got way bigger than just like doubled. It was like 3 times to me, sometimes 4. I'm not completely sure, but yeah. But the people that do jump, Bakugo and all them, they get hit with status promotion, sending them back while increasing the cut every time and all that. And he doesn't just have 1 or 2 cuts, he has like cuts all over their body. So just imagine you get slowly cut across your body, bigger and bigger and deeper. Every time you try to attack this one person, you wouldn't try to. You would try to run away. But yeah. So also, yeah, Dan Phantom's the next one, if I finish one of my series, and the other one after that is not going to be that, I can't say names right, you guys know this, but it's not going to be that weird G name with the dude that can use like nanobites. It's going to be my own what if, and his quirk is going to be called Combo Star, which is from one of the, you know, what's the name? Commandments. It's Commandment of Purity, which he doesn't have the commandment. I'll say that keyword. But he still would have a little darkness powers. And of course, I'm going to give him full counter. I'll probably go through all the lists individually and I'll give him a little darkness power. Well, all that does is give him physical enhancement because it needs physical enhancement because it'll probably take a lot of punches and it probably costs a lot of stamina to do all these punches. So yeah. But Deku, yeah, they pretty much win by using status promotion a lot. And this one, leave it off. Hope you like this what if. Sorry I couldn't do more, it's just I didn't have time. I might have time later or something. I might just do more after this, I'm not completely sure. But see you next time. Goodbye.